Yo, what is up, everybody? How is everyone doing today? So today's date is Friday, November the 8th, and we are going to do a Bitcoin tactical analysis. So congratulations once again to Donald Trump and to Bitcoin, especially for breaking the all-time high. I've been in crypto now for 9 years, so thank you everybody for following me all this time. I've seen two major bull markets and two major bear markets, and here we are finally at the third bull market that has finally began, and we've smashed the all-time high. So I'm very excited for this moment because it's going to mark the beginning of something parabolic. And I believe that this break is only the beginning of something that's going to come to a massive rally. It's going to parabolically go to the upside. And with this, it's going to bring in some massive rewards and some massive potential, especially for altcoins to catch up with it eventually as well. So let's get into this right now. So the timing, it couldn't have been any better, in my opinion, with the elections that happened in Q4, and it's also coinciding with rate cuts as well. So let's just talk quickly about rate cuts and what it means and how it's going to eventually help out Bitcoin as well. So every time the Fed cuts rates, it sends a ripple through the economy, and it could be Bitcoin's time to shine again. So let's break it down. First of all, what is a rate cut exactly? Well, it's when the Fed slashes interest rates. They're making borrowing cheaper. And this move, it encourages people and businesses to take out loans, spend more, and it fuels an economic growth. So why does it do this? It's because lower rates means less interest on debt. So with more people spending and companies growing, jobs are also created, and it just gives the economy a boost. So where does Bitcoin actually come in when it comes to a rate cut? Well, here's the twist. When the interest rate cuts, people often seek higher returns outside traditional banks. And that's where crypto steps in. So with lower rates, investors are more likely to explore alternative assets like Bitcoin, which will historically shows potential for higher returns. And on top of that, lower rates usually leads to a weaker dollar, making Bitcoin a decentralized asset. It's a lot more appealing as well. So investors look to BTC as a hedge against inflation and also currency devaluation, creating more demand and potentially pushing the price up as well. So while Fed rate cuts, it helps the economy by boosting spending and investment, it could also ignite interest in Bitcoin as well. And if history is any guide, BTC fans might just be in for a very exciting ride. So this is the perfect time and period and way to end the year as well. Many people are going to take out some massive amounts of loans because Bitcoin is now heavily moving to the upside, and we're starting to see it as well being talked about a lot more since crypto is now breaking above the all-time high. So let's take a look at this fundamentally first of all. And the reason why I'm extremely invested in Bitcoin is because I have a lot of holdings in it. All of my eggs are in one basket, and I firmly believe in this bull market so much that everything that I have in my life in terms of assets, it's going to be riding on the fact that Bitcoin will most likely do incredibly well. I also hold a large portfolio that's heavily diversified across multiple coins that I believe are going to perform incredibly well. And in the next few years, it could change my life even further. So Bitcoin was trending in this massive channel for about 215 days, and it finally broke to the upside, which started a massive rally. You can see that there was a Dragonfly Doji leading up to the elections where we ended up retracing only a small amount. And then the next candle after that was a huge candle that broke above that channel resistance. The one after that was a retest that ended up being successful, and then we ended up bouncing and breaking above it. And then on the day of the election, with the anticipation of with the Trump administration, that's where it really began moving to the upside. So when the 5th closed and then the 6th began, that's where Bitcoin had this massive surge of 10% with expectations of Trump winning, and that's exactly what happened. So this formation that we're seeing right now is a very bullish type of formation. Usually when I see something like this, I assume that the flat is going to be bullish. So we saw 5 waves break to the upside. And this here is most likely a very bullish flat type of correction with a C, or with a B rather, that's higher than the actual fifth wave over here. And then the C doesn't even come close to the A territory. I believe that we're most likely going to break to higher prices very soon. And by the end of the year, I would be expecting a $100,000 Bitcoin very easily as well. We take a look at, for example, the 2-day chart, and the RSI is now starting to become absolutely beautiful. It's starting to get to the upper 70 ranges. The daily is starting to get overbought as well, which is good because in a bull market, we tend to see the RSI reach some incredibly significant numbers. But what's also beautiful about technically is how the MACD is on a massive curvature to the upside, and it's starting to get huge on the 4-day chart. We're also seeing momentum on the weekly chart as well, where this particular candle right here is much larger than the previous candle. This means that they're diverging from each other, from the fast moving line and the slow moving line, which means that the divergence is creating a huge rally to the upside. So if we also take a look at it from the perspective of volatility, what we're going to notice is that the weekly volatility eventually ended up changing. So the weekly volatility held since the beginning of this massive rally for Bitcoin. It held for 581 days, which is about 21 months. But as you can see, it ended up getting bearish just for about 56 days or 8 bars, 8 weeks. Now we're smashing above this huge $74,000 resistance. And as long as we stay above $74,000 for the next 2 days and 13 hours until the weekly candle closes, this is a very bullish type of momentum, and I'm super excited to see where this is going to end up going. So once again, my prediction is firm, guys, that we're most likely going to hit $100,000 by the end of the year. Now, right now, some alts are not moving with Bitcoin nearly as much as we would like. My portfolio is only moving not as much as we want it to compared to an alt season. So the way that the money usually moves is the Bitcoin dominance. It goes to the upside very heavily. So Bitcoin dominance ended up reaching about 60.5. And we see that usually it gets to about 71 ranges before a large sell-off occurs, just like in 2021. Once the sell-off occurs, perhaps Ethereum might move in tandem with Bitcoin still going up, but the dominance ends up dropping. And eventually when the dominance drops enough, but Bitcoin is still going up, people realize those profits and they start injecting it into the altcoin market. So many of my holdings right now are doing all right, but they're not performing incredibly well. You're going to see that many of my holdings are at a major support level right now. So I'm extremely interested in accumulating in these phases, especially coins like Polkadot. We're seeing some heavy performers like Superverse move to the upside. Superverse is ranked 106 in CoinMarketCap, but I have no doubt in my mind that they're eventually going to be a top 100 coin based off of this huge movement since August, where it's already done 286%. Gigantic moves. And then there's also other coins like Render, which we all know about. I believe that it was in a huge zone for support and accumulation, and I think that there's still some massive room to move to the upside. So right now, it's the time to be dollar cost averaging, simply because we just do not know when a dip is going to happen. In fact, too many people end up waiting for these massive dips to come to the downside, but unfortunately, they never come. So you're left basically stranded there, or you're forced to buy at much higher prices. That's why I'm always going to explain to people that dollar cost averaging in a bull market is always going to be your best friend. Also, when you combine it with major dips as well, it's important to be able to ride this to the maximum amount. And that's one of the things that I help with my clients. I'm going to help them diversify their portfolio, shift some of their coins from their Bitcoin positions and Ethereum positions to altcoins. This way we can maximize their profits. Not only that, one of the most critical things that people forget to do is actually take profit. Many people say to me that they were in the millions of dollars in profit, but because of their greed, but because of their lack of understanding of knowing when to cash out and get out and control that greed, they end up getting a much less profit than they would actually like. And right now, I've actually got the capacity to take on one more client. I was only going to take on one, but I decided to take on two for the month of November. So right now, there's one client left available if you are looking for someone to help you manage your portfolio. So I offer many different strategies that can help you grow your portfolio. And the minimum size that I work with is $250,000. So if you're really looking for somebody that's going to give you a hand and help you navigate through this journey to maximize your profits heavily and to especially diversify, manage your risk, talk about which coins are popular, and have weekly meetings as well, and especially cash out at the right time, make sure to send me a DM before my slots get full. So right now, I see pretty much every single coin either at a support level or in a correction level, and it's just ready to skyrocket anytime soon. Altcoin season is not officially here yet, but I would expect it to be here sometime. I'm probably gonna have to guess in Q2, Q3, the latest next year, but Q1 still might be. Coins will move in tandem with Bitcoin, but they may not rally as much as we would like. So we're seeing that the market cap ended up reaching about 3 trillion for the all-time high. And right now we're just soaring. This trend line was hugely supported, creating higher lows, and it looks like this total market cap is about to end up getting to about the $3 trillion range again. We also see the total 3 market cap doing incredibly well. It ended up breaking that resistance of about $647 billion. Now we're at the next resistance that looks like it's going to break as well. So the all-time high total 3 market cap ended up reaching roughly about $1.13 trillion. So the market cap for total 3 is the market cap minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's now on a massive tear to the upside. So there's lots of bullish momentum. Make sure you guys are dollar cost averaging. And also guys, in my private Discord group as well, my elite tier Discord group, yesterday I took on some huge profits if you guys are following with me. And every single day I work on finding trades with the elite group. So for example, today I woke up right away and I said, good morning, elite group. I noticed the 1 hour Vanry kernel holding well, combined with a beautiful trendline support. It also quite overextended now, though it can go either way. So I basically wake up and I try to find a trade with the elite group. I give them updates daily on all of the positions that I'm interested in taking. And if you were a part of that group, you would also be able to catch my live trades as well. Not only that, it comes with my Philakone course version 3.0, Mastering the Day Trading Markets full course. That's 20 hours long. And you're also going to get access to my advanced volatility scanner that's going to help you find the most volatile coins to trade every single day. So this is the advanced volatility scanner that's going to help you find the most volatile coins to trade every day. This is designed to do 2 things. 1, gauge the current market conditions, and 2, help you find the most volatile coin. So imagine waking up any day and you see this highlighted green across the board. It would mean that the market conditions are incredible. But what if you saw it red or neutral like this? Today is fairly neutral because there's not a lot of highlighted greens, as you can see over here. So if it moves 5% in 2 hours, 10% in 4 hours, 15% in 24 hours, or 20% in 48 hours, it's gonna highlight green. So if lots of these columns are highlighted green, you would basically gravitate towards that coin and you would say to yourself, okay, maybe that's something I want to trade. So for example, today you're seeing ENA, it moved 7% so far. So it highlights green if it moves 5% in 2 hours in the first column. It also says that in the past 48 hours, it's moved 24%. So I'm going to go to ENA right away and I'm going to take a look at this coin because this might be one of the better coins to trade today, because it's showing me that's volatile. So you can see right now that ENA is actually looking great. It's one of the coins that have been moving a significant amount, 70% so far. And because of that, it should be on your watch list to potentially trade this. So beautiful coin. Yesterday, I called the short in my Discord group as well. I was talking about how this was potentially reaching a top. So if you guys were in my elite group yesterday, you definitely would have caught that. So this is the power of the advanced volatility scanner. You get to gauge the market and find volatile coins so you never miss it again. I spent a lot of time and effort developing this indicator, and I truly believe that it's going to change the way that you trade. So just to summarize the video, Bitcoin to $100,000 before the end of the year. We need to hold above 74K to be very bullish. So if we stay bullish till the end of the week, that's a great sign because the volatility will have officially broken from bearish to now bullish based off of the volatility indicator's average true range. Not only that, guys, I'm taking on one more client to help you manage your portfolio. And there's also 2 slots left to join my elite tier Discord group for November, where I only allow 5 people to join to make sure that I'm not spread too thin. So bam, guys, congratulations once again to Bitcoin for breaking $74,000, making a new all-time high and staying above it so far. Let's have diamond hands and ride this bull market together. Let's go.